did it.
Why is this happening? Okay, no. I think I know what's going on. Back to here. Okay. I think that's going to fix it. That did fix it. All right. Okay. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mugan the Diamond Lion coming to you live from the Diamond Lion Sports Network, here to talk a little basketball with you today. As you can see, this is going to be test episode 1 of Mugan and Frank talking sports, game talk. And look, man, like, we don't necessarily, I don't know what y'all are. As a matter of fact, while we live, everybody, hopefully, I'm gonna just see what we're looking like from my phone. Appreciate everybody that's been coming through my lives, supporting the other channel, coming through, supporting the boxing talk. My first 21 subscribers. I appreciate all of you for all of that. And let's see. Yeah. It looks like it's working great. All right, cool. So, if you come through the stream today, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am your host, Moog the Diamond Lion. This is my co-host, Frank White, and we're just going to get straight into it, dude. We're going to get straight into it. So, bro, the Sixers is where I want to start, just because I know they're a team you know a lot about, and there's a lot of interesting stuff happening with them. First off, what's your opinion on the whole James Harden thing? Were you kind of shocked when you started hearing reports that he might be wanting to leave?
Honestly, like, I'm not shocked by it. Listen, James Harden, he's a legend in this game. But, I'm just going to, like, shoot the gun real quick. Like, they got to keep him until his value is perfect, or just, keep him on the team. Like, okay, why not? Go for the gusto. Try to make this as much value as they can possibly get. Just don't bend the knee to it, just like they did with Ben, and just keep it going. I mean, they might end up being one of the most hated teams in the league, but I think that's the move.
Damn.
So I wasn't.
So you think that he could go through? You say wait until he has that dope stretch in the season where he's averaging like 24 and 12, and then move him. Then is that what you're saying?
Do everything you can to repair the relationship. Don't move them if you're going to get back like basically nothing. Because like you're like, I think like they're at risk now of Embiid being like, I'm just done with this.
Right.
So you have to do everything you possibly can to keep that from happening. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And like, I feel bad for James Harden, but like, I think like he's going to come and play, and like they're going to end up doing good. And like, I think that'll convince him to stay, because they're at least going to be like a top, 2 team in the West. I mean, sorry, and the top 2 team in the East.
Right.
3 team in the East, and that'll keep them happy. So I say go for that.
Yeah, man.
We basically solved the 70 issue right there.
Yeah, and if I'm not I don't think they really have. I mean, not them. I don't think James Harden really has any of the leverage in this situation. At least not as much as he would have had. Maybe like not as much leverage as he had like with the Nets and teams like that. Like I feel like he's a little bit older, and we're kind of starting to see more of who he is in terms of your championship efforts. Like I think James Harden's at the point to where he probably shouldn't be your second best player. He probably needs to be like your third or fourth best player, which is going to segue right into my next point. What do you think about Tyrese Maxey, and do you think he should start getting the ball more to kind of offset some of the redundancy that the Sixers have been going through on offense?
Here's what they got to do. You take Tyrese Maxey, you go like, we love you, bro. You trade him. Here's what you get. Are you ready for this? You go up to Golden State. You say, they will give you Tyrese. You absolutely need Steph Curry. Now, we're willing to take Klay Thompson off your hands, We're willing to, like, get rid of that bad situation for you.
Yeah,
and that's Steph, Embiid, and Klay. I think at that point, you're golden. Tyrese, he did what he could, but, like, Maxey did what he could, but he's over there now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I think that's the move.
That's not what I would do, but I think it'd be hilarious if it happened. And Tyrese is a solid guard. I know it's kind of popular to be like, oh, James needs to give Tyrese the ball, but there's a lot that Tyrese has to prove too. It's not like this dude's like a known finisher. Sometimes people talk about Tyrese like he's Damian Lillard or something, and I don't really understand, bro. Moving on to
I get
best
it
player
is cool
on the team, bro. Like, what do you think about Joel Embiid? What do you think about the season he's going to have? Do you think he's going to be more focused this year? Do you think Joel Embiid goes up or down from here? Was the MVP his peak, or are we about to see like next level Joel Embiid super focused? Like,
I really feel like getting an MVP was great because now he doesn't have to worry about trying to get another one and can just like really focus on making sure he doesn't like overdo it in regular season games and just like really keep himself in peak physical shape, or at least that's the hope. And going into the playoffs, I mean, Embiid is a beast. Like if he really was like everything was all firing, like I think like he could easily win, not easily, but I think they could win a championship. So I guess that's the hope. I mean, we're getting into like the last years of like, I mean, probably the last 2 years of like do or die for the 76ers until they got to really change up. So
Yeah.
I'm really hopeful for this year. Like Embiid shows out, but if he, I mean, I kind of feel bad because he's like an internet punching bag, like which I get why some people don't like him, but man, like he's awesome. Like if only like people could see it the way 76ers fans see Embiid. He's so cool.
Yeah, there was that Gilbert Arenas clip a couple of weeks ago that I heard where Gilbert was coming from, but it also sounded ridiculous to me. He was like, I just look at Embiid and I say, why aren't you averaging 40? And in my head, I'm like, averaging 40? Like, how many people ever average? Why do we need Joel Embiid to be the one to average 40? Like, I get people wanting him to step on the gas sometimes more, but I mean, averaging four, I mean, dude, who's averaged 30 before? Who's averaged 35? Like, you're talking about two, three, four, five dudes tops that can average 40 in the history of the game, and most of them didn't do it. But apparently, because Joel Embiid's not doing it, he's like some terrible dude. Now, I definitely think that Jokic is a step above. I don't think that's a hot take now. I think Jokic is the better player, heads and shoulders. But Embiid gets like crucified for stuff that I don't think we really put on other players to do. And this is a guy that like started off his career like Patrick. You remember this? Like Embiid didn't play for like the first 2-3 years of his career, like with injuries and stuff.
Well, he was getting his energy up. You know what I mean? He was like channeling it as a chi. And honestly, going back to your point about like the what Gilbert Arenas said, like I completely agree. I mean, Joel Embiid should be averaging 90 a game. What should happen is he should go out, instantly score about 60, take a quarter off, drink a little bit of game, comes out fully like like fully back to full strength, go back out and then get the rest. And I think at that point, I think they'd win every game. So I completely agree as assessment.
Clearly, what the Sixers need to be successful. 90 a game. You heard it, Joel Embiid. Go get it, big guy.
Well, if I was the coach, like if I'm Nick Nurse, if I'm Nick Nurse, I'm just going up to him like, "Hey, big fella, like you know what I mean? Like, just drink that Gatorade, and like that'll give you your energy, right? I just don't see you drinking Gatorade." And he'd be like, "What?" That would unlock the rest of his game, and I think that's what Nick Nurse was brought on to do.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, man. Shout out Gatorade, bro. Shout out Gatorade. They grow up so fast. They grow up so fast. Yeah, man. I think that's enough Sixers talk. Indeed, we need 90 a game. Moving on to the Celtics, bro. Yeah, 90. Moving on to the Celtics, dude. What I kind of have the same question for them, except more so collectively as a team. Like, do you think the Celtics have peaked out? You know what I mean? Like, or do you think that this Kristaps Porzingis trade changes everything?
No, I think it actually is like what we're gonna see another team that's like I mean we're approaching a couple. Well, I don't know. Jason Tatum seems to always keep going up and up. To me, I don't know. I know like this year might have been a little bit. I still think he was pretty great. So we'll see how it goes. I think it is going to unlock something for him. I think Jaylen Brown gets unfairly criticized a lot about his game. I think he's great. I think he's going to step it up again this year too. Like I think this is going to be a great year for the Celtics, and I'm obviously not a Celtics fan, so that's going to be tragic for me. We're going to be hearing a lot of Bill Simmons gloating, a lot of high fives, a lot of dunk transitions. It's going to be tragic.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not as high on Porzingis as most people. I actually think this is kind of fool's gold, but he is coming off a great season. He's coming off a great season, actually, and he balled out. He absolutely balled out for the Wizards. 24 points a game, I believe. Was shooting about 48% from the field, high 30s from the field. Like, he was a great two-way player. And maybe I just need to get over the whole Tingus Pingus. He didn't become whatever he was going to become. Like, whatever. He's a solid basketball player. I just don't know if he's your starting center on a championship team, but I don't know. He could prove me wrong.
No, you're right, but like that's the Wizards where like I mean, you don't really have to like do much there. You can like come out. You don't have to worry about winning. So you can basically just be like, oh, I really want to get 30 shots off this game, so I'm going to do 100 shots, whatever you feel that night, because they have a real lax policy there. Like, they're drinking at halftime. They're going out to – they don't really care that much over there. They're just there for the tax breaks, I guess, or whatever. So there you go.
Bro, I don't know what the Wizards are ever doing, bro.
They're there because they don't admit they don't be a team anymore. They're like, oh man, we should probably just cut and run. I mean, this is just costing us a lot of money. Like, we have no fans, we have no profit. But I guess we should keep going, right? And they're looking at each other like, yeah, I guess. So that's basically what the Wizards do.
It's wild to me. And
but
I meet Wizards fans, and they never have like an explanation. They're just I don't even know how they do it. I don't know how Wizards fans do it. I don't know how Knicks fans do it. They're just like, I don't know. I love my team, but we're trash. Like every year is like this. So power to y'all, man. Power to y'all.
Well, at least Knicks fans have had something. I mean, what have Wizards fans really had? John Wall a couple times. But listen, the Wizards fans are amazing. I respect them because they're so loyal. I love a good loyal fan, man. It's great.
They're very loyal.
I hope it watch, because I said this, they're going to win the championship. There you go. I mean, finally, they've managed.
That'd be wild. That'd be absolutely wild, dude.
But yeah, I think know what to do. I never bet against the Celtics anymore, because they always just like, I don't want them to win. They win, so it's like whatever. Like, I'm just gonna be like a sideline Celtics fan. Hopefully, that gives them like the negative energy to not win. That'd be great. So we'll see how that goes. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously.
No, just do what I'm doing and be a fan of Jaylen Brown and just try to subtly, subconsciously convince him to leave the team, and they'll be screwed.
People are joking about Jaylen Brown too much. I mean, I know that was like a big contract, but like, people.
Listen, I mean, I think it's not even that, bro. Do you remember back when the new CBA had first just got signed? This is like, I can't remember what this is. This is maybe 2014 or 15 or something. And Mike Conley got paid $100 million, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, that's so much money." But nowadays, $100 million isn't even like that much for a true starting point guard. And Mike Conley was first team on defense. Yeah. So it's like, I think that it looks big now, but as time moves on and we start to see what some of these other dudes get for contracts, we're going to look at the Jaylen Brown contract as an absolute steal. Like, honestly, he's not even going to be the richest player contract-wise for that long before somebody else surpasses it, because he just set the bar for the market. Yeah, I think it's going to go beyond that. And I think he's a solid dude. He can really, really improve. He's really, really young. He's super strong. His head seems on his shoulders the right way, too. That's one thing I really, really like about him. No offense, John Morant. No offense, Zion Williamson. But the dude seems focused. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I can appreciate about Jaylen, even though he's not as talented as some other people. He's like way more focused than everybody, you know?
I'm betting on him to succeed, but I completely get what you're saying. Like 100%, yeah.
Yeah, man. So last thing I want to talk about, bro, and we're going to go ahead and get out of here for the day. I don't want to keep us here too long, even though this is a lot of fun, dude. I'm glad this is working. But last thing I want to talk about, yeah, this is pretty cool. I made a top 5 video on my YouTube channel yesterday that I still have up, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it, and I also wanted to get your top 5 in the NBA right now. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you my list, and this is subject to change at any moment, honestly, throughout the course of the season as we have more evidence. But at number 1, I have Jokic, right? At 2, I have Giannis. Right. At 3, I have LeBron. At 4, I have Steph Curry. And at 5, I have Luka Doncic. Do you feel like there's anything majorly controversial about my list? Do you think I'm tripping for leaving off Embiid? What's your top 5? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I would have put Embiid over Luka. Not that maybe like Luka doesn't have a higher ceiling, but just because he won to be, like, honestly. Yeah. Probably perfect. Who was number 2 again?
Number 2 was Giannis.
Okay. Giannis, okay. I would probably put I think that's probably perfect, man. I don't know. Like, I guess I would have Steph in there somehow. I don't know why.
Yeah, I put Steph at 4. This is like my first year putting Steph in the top 5. I'm not proud of that.
Wait, dude, what is my problem? What, I can't listen to a top 5 and like remember it back? That's tragic. It's the jitters, you know. I'm a little bit, you know. Oh.
No, you're good, bro. I had Jokic, Jokic, Giannis, LeBron, Steph, and Luka. But honestly, now that you mention it with Embiid winning MVP, I'm totally okay with replacing Luka with Embiid. I could totally see that.
And
And he plays defense.
that's the only thing I would. And I know people might say like, why is LeBron whatever, but like LeBron is just otherworldly, like, and he deserves to keep getting his flowers for as long as he's still going at this high level. So, and I thought he was really great this year too. So I think that's probably perfect too for me.
Yeah.
And of course, Jokic has to get number one.
Right. I gave him 2 minutes on the video just like I did everyone else. Like, I take him being old out of it. He's just playing good basketball. I mean, last time he was on the court, I think he dropped like 40. So it's like I don't think it's as controversial as a lot of people think to still have LeBron in my top 3. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not tripping out of it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
no,
don't
no.
think we're ever going to see LeBron outside of the top 10 ever. You know? He's just too good.
Not until. Yeah. I think he's going to play forever on. Why not go for it? Go to a new team, win a new. Maybe he'll go to the Wizards, man. Maybe he'll finally he'll like I was saying earlier, he'll like pull them up. Become an owner.
I would not mind reserving my GOAT trophy for the man that brings the Wizards a championship. I would not mind that at all.
No, the Wizards are great, man.
With the Wizards, you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT.
I think so too. What was that? Is that about it today? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, bro. Yeah, man. All right, bro. This has been a dope first episode. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here before something goes wrong or my computer explodes or something. So, if you guys catch the replay, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All right, I am your host, Mugan the Diamond Lion. This is my co-host, Frank White, and we are out of here, y'all. Peace.